Welcome back to Horoscope TV. I am absolutely thrilled today because this episode is, well, it's dedicated entirely to you.
Yes, specifically to all of our bold, adventurous Sagittarius listeners out there.
Exactly. We're focusing strictly on the week of May 18 to May 24, 2026.
Okay.
So if you have Sagittarius placements, you really need to tune in right now and just, get comfortable.
Oh, for sure. You definitely want to hear this one.
Right, because this specific week is just loaded with massive, life-altering cosmic shifts. I mean, we're looking at a week that brings everything from incredibly lucky destined financial breaks.
Which is always nice.
Oh, yeah, totally. And sudden, shocking news to this really thick, confusing fog in your romantic life that you will need to navigate with extreme care. So consider this your ultimate step-by-step guide to making the absolute most of these powerful astrological charts.
We certainly have a fascinating stretch of days ahead of us, and my goal today is to look at the exact locations of the planets and analyze the astro data for you.
And we're going to keep it simple, right?
Oh, absolutely. We are not going to get lost in complicated terminology. We are going to break down these planetary movements using very simple, everyday language.
Which I appreciate, honestly.
Right. By looking closely at how these planets interact, you will know exactly what to expect this week and precisely how to handle the energy when it, shows up at your front door.
The way the week starts is just so interesting, and I feel like we need to begin with the most basic foundation, which is your physical energy and your daily routine.
It makes total sense to start there.
Yeah, because you need a strong, rested body and a very calm mind to handle the sudden surprises the universe is sending your way later in the week.
You really do.
So let's look right at Monday, May 18. The charts show Mars moving into Taurus. What is the actual mechanism happening here? Like, how does a Sagittarius physically feel this shift when they wake up on Monday morning?
Well, to understand that physical feeling, we really have to look at the nature of these two forces. Mars is the planet that rules our raw physical drive.
Okay, so it's the engine.
Exactly. It is the engine, the push, the spark that makes you want to get up and conquer the day. Now, Taurus is an earth sign. It is known for being incredibly solid, slow, steady.
Yeah, a little stubborn.
Right. Very stubborn. So when the fiery engine of Mars enters the solid ground of Taurus, the energy completely changes. It is no longer a fast, nervous energy.
Oh, right.
Instead, it becomes this massive, unstoppable physical endurance. And for you, Sagittarius, this specifically hits the sector of your chart that governs your wellness, your chores, and your daily habits.
Oh, well. So it is not the kind of energy where you want to, sprint a quick mile and then take a nap.
No, not at all.
It is more like waking up and realizing you have the stamina to hike a mountain from bottom to top without stopping.
That's a great way to put it. The Earth energy of Taurus gives Mars a steady rhythm. If you have been thinking about starting a completely new exercise program, or if you have a massive fitness goal that has just felt too exhausting to tackle.
Oh, it's the...
Exactly. May 18th is the day the universe hands you the perfect fuel. You will find yourself waking up with a deep, grounded motivation to improve how you treat your body every single day.
So you might feel ready to start lifting heavier weights or maybe organizing your entire kitchen.
Yeah, or preparing healthy meals for the rest of the week. Anything routine-based.
I kind of want to paint a picture of what this looks like for a normal person. So you are a Sagittarius. It is Monday morning. You wake up before your alarm even rings.
You're just ready to go.
Right. You feel totally unstoppable. Your gym shoes are tied. You have a solid plan for the day. You step out your front door ready to follow your perfect routine. And then the astro data shows something completely different happening on that exact same day.
Yes, it really does.
Mercury conjuncts Uranus. What is this sudden jolt? I mean, what's going on there?
This is exactly why we analyzed the chart so carefully, because the sky is rarely simple. While your physical body is getting that steady push from Mars, your mental world is about to get a shock. Yes, Mercury is the planet that handles all of your communication. It is your text messages, your phone calls, the emails you receive, and the daily conversations you have.
Okay, so Mercury is the messenger.
Right. And Uranus is the planet of sudden, lightning-fast changes. It represents the totally unexpected.
Oh, wow.
So when we say they conjunct, it means they are occupying the exact same space in the sky from our view. Their energies basically smash together.
So if Mercury is the message and Uranus is the lightning bolt, a conjunction means the message you receive is going to be a total shock to your system.
That is the perfect way to understand it. For a Sagittarius, this alignment happens in a way that brings highly sudden, unexpected news,
Like from who?
very likely from a close friend or a daily partner. And this news is not just an interesting fact. It is information that has the power to instantly change your entire schedule for the day.
Man, let's put this into a real-world analogy. It is like having your car perfectly tuned. You have a full tank of gas, the engine is humming beautifully.
Which is that Mars and Taurus physical energy.
Exactly. And you are driving down the highway. But suddenly, the GPS on your dashboard recalculates your entire route because the bridge ahead is completely washed out.
Yes, that is the Mercury and Uranus energy.
You still have the fuel, but your destination just changed without warning.
I completely agree with that picture. The absolute most critical thing for a Sagittarius to remember on May 18 is that you must remain flexible.
Flexible. Got it.
Uranus does not ask for permission,
Yeah.
it just changes the reality of the situation. If you receive this shocking news and try to stubbornly force your original plan to happen anyway,
You're going to have a bad time.
you're going to waste all that beautiful physical energy getting angry. The secret is to take that unstoppable Mars stamina and use it to build a new plan on the spot.
So the GPS recalculates, and you just keep driving on the new road. Okay, so Monday is intense.
Very intense.
We have physical power mixed with a sudden shock to the system. But then we look at the very next day, May 19th. The charts show Mercury sextiling Neptune, which brings a peaceful, healing energy.
Yes, a big shift in tone.
Right. And then, jumping forward just a bit to May 21, the moon enters Leo. And the astrodata says your vitality will soar to incredible levels.
Let's break down how the 19th and the 21st are intimately connected to the shock of the 18th.
Okay, lay it out for me.
So on May 19th, Mercury, the planet of your mind, makes a supportive angle, a sextile to Neptune.
Okay.
Neptune is the planet of the vast ocean, of quiet retreats, and of deep spiritual healing.
So it's very calming.
Exactly. This angle creates a soft, calming energy that washes over your thoughts. The charts are heavily advising that you use May 19 as a quiet day.
So don't push it on Tuesday.
No, you need to take a nature walk. You need to sit in silence. You need to heal your nervous system from the sudden jolts that Uranus brought the day before.
Well, I have a serious question about this. If we look ahead to May 21, the moon moves into Leo, and Leo is a bright, roaring fire sign, just like Sagittarius.
That's right.
So we have all this wild, fiery energy building up for the 21st, and we just had a massive physical push on the 18th. Isn't it incredibly hard for a Sagittarius to force themselves to stop and take a quiet meditation day on the 19th?
Oh, it's very hard for them.
Right. The natural instinct of a fire sign is to just keep running. Why is this rest day a mandatory pit stop?
I understand why that feels contradictory, but we have to look at how energy is actually consumed. Think of your mind and body as a battery.
Okay, a battery.
When Uranus delivered that sudden shock on the 18th, it forced your brain to process a massive amount of unexpected information in seconds. That drains a significant portion of your mental battery.
Even if your physical muscles still feel strong from Mars.
Exactly. So your legs might be ready to run, but your brain is completely out of power.
Oh, I see.
Precisely. The healing energy of Neptune on the 19th is the exact frequency you need to plug that mental battery back into the wall. If you ignore this and try to push through the 19th with no rest,
You're going to crash.
you will arrive at May 21st completely burnt out. And you absolutely need your battery at 100% for the 21st because the moon entering Leo is going to bring a tidal wave of vibrant, unstoppable vitality.
Wow, a tidal wave.
It will demand joyful, loud expression from you. If you skip the quiet rest on the 19th, you will miss out on the brilliant highs of the 21st.
That makes the mechanism so clear you have to cool the engine down before you can rev it back up for the weekend.
Exactly.
So now that we have mapped out your physical energy and we know exactly how to protect your mental focus, let's look at how you can apply this balanced power to your work and your bank account.
Yes, let's look at the career sector.
Because when I look at these astrological charts, the career and money opportunities for this week are nothing short of spectacular.
The professional sector for Sagittarius is incredibly active right now. Let's return to May 19 for a moment.
Okay, the rest day.
Right. While you are taking that quiet time to rest your physical body, your mind is actually getting a massive upgrade. Mercury forms a trine to Pluto.
What does a trine do?
A trine is an angle of supreme harmony and easy flow. Pluto is the planet of depth, hidden truths, and intense transformation.
So the mind and the hidden depths are working together.
Exactly. When the communication of Mercury flows easily with the depth of Pluto, you are granted intense, laser-like mental focus. You will have the power to solve very complex problems at your job.
Let's expand on this idea of a complex problem. I mean, not everyone listening is a scientist trying to cure a disease or a mathematician writing formulas on a chalkboard.
Sure.
What does Pluto's intense mental power look like for a normal person going to their everyday job?
For an everyday worker, this kind of problem solving looks like suddenly seeing the hidden root of an issue that has been bothering your entire team for months.
Like a light bulb moment.
Yes. For example, maybe there is a massive scheduling error that everyone else just accepts as bad luck. But you look at it on May 19 and instantly see the one tiny flaw causing the whole mess.
Oh, that's incredibly useful.
Or perhaps you have to deal with an incredibly difficult, demanding client. Instead of getting frustrated, your Pluto-powered mind figures out exactly what their hidden fear is.
You just read them perfectly.
Right, and you know the exact right words to say to calm them down and save the business. You are seeing below the surface, and this will deeply impress your boss.
Because you're not just putting a bandage on the problem, you are performing surgery to fix it permanently.
Exactly.
And that brilliant problem solving flows beautifully into May 22 when the charts show Mercury sextiling Saturn.
Yes, the timing here is flawless. Saturn is the planet of rules, long-term structures, authority, and time itself.
Very serious energy.
Extremely serious. When Mercury connects positively with Saturn, it takes all those brilliant ideas you had on the 19th and gives them a serious, concrete form.
So it's time to act on them.
It is the absolute best energy of the entire week for signing long-term contracts, making formal agreements, or sitting down to negotiate a better position at your job.
I love how these dates build on each other. You use the quiet, deep focus on the 19th to solve a massive problem for your company. Your boss is thrilled.
Right.
Then you wait until the 22nd to use that heavy, serious Saturn energy to walk into their office and say, I solved the problem, I proved my value, now let's sit down and discuss a serious raise and a long-term contract.
That is the exact sequence the Astro data supports. But there is a condition here.
Oh, what's the catch?
Saturn rewards hard work, but it demands absolute organization. You will only find success in these negotiations if you show up completely prepared.
So no winging it.
Absolutely no winging it. You need all your facts checked and your demands clearly outlined. And this serious preparation prepares you for the climax of your career week on May 23.
Right. May 23 brings the first quarter moon in the sign of Virgo.
Right.
And Virgo directly lights up the career and public reputation sector of a Sagittarius chart.
A first quarter moon is a phase of tension. The sun and the moon are at a 90-degree angle to each other.
That sounds intense.
It is. This geometry in the sky translates to a feeling of necessary pressure here on Earth. It is a moment that demands concrete action.
Okay, so talking time is over.
Exactly. You can no longer just plan or talk about your goals. You are demanded to take a bold step forward. Because it is in Virgo, a sign of detailed service, the universe is asking you to step up.
So you had to showcase brilliant leadership to the public or to your higher-ups.
You really do. It's time to show what you can do.
So we have this incredible buildup. You solve the problem, you negotiate the contract, you take public action as a leader. But how does this translate into actual spendable cash?
Ah, the money.
Yeah, let's analyze the financial blessings because the charts are pointing toward wealth that feels entirely destined.
The money forecast is exceptionally bright, and it comes from several different angles. First, we look at Venus. On May 19th, Venus, the planet of money, beauty, and value, enters the sign of Cancer.
Okay, Venus and Cancer.
For a Sagittarius, Cancer governs the area of your chart dedicated to shared resources and other people's money.
When you say shared resources in simple terms, what does that mean for someone checking their bank account?
It means financial gain that arrives outside of your standard hourly wage. It is money connected to other people.
So not just a regular paycheck.
Right. This could manifest as a wonderful, unexpected bonus from your company's profit-sharing plan. It could mean you benefit directly from a business partner landing a huge sale.
Oh, nice.
It even applies to your personal life. Like if your spouse gets a sudden raise, their increased wealth benefits you. Money is flowing into your life through your connections with others.
That is fantastic.
And remember, we also have Mars and Taurus starting on the 18th. Which provides you with massive, steady motivation to work hard for your daily earned income.
So you have the money you earn through hard work, plus the money that flows to you through shared resources.
Exactly. It's coming from everywhere.
But the day I am most fascinated by is May 24. This looks like the climax of the entire financial story. The charts show Mars making a positive connection, a sextile, to the true node.
Yes, this is huge.
Can you analyze the mechanics of what the true node actually is and why this is so lucky?
Sure. The true node is not a physical planet. It is a mathematical point in the sky where the orbit of the moon crosses the path of the sun.
Okay, just a point in space.
In astrological charts, the true node represents your highest destiny. It's the exact path you are meant to walk to find fulfillment in the future.
Wow, okay.
Mars is the planet of forward action. So when Mars forms a supportive angle to the true node, your physical actions align perfectly with your ultimate destiny.
That sounds incredibly powerful.
It is. This is a highly fated, lucky break. It brings a completely destined opportunity to increase your wealth or secure a highly profitable deal.
So it's just meant to be.
But you must understand that this is not random luck. It is not money falling out of the sky while you sit on the couch.
Right. You can't just do nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is luck that meets you halfway because you have been putting in the correct, organized effort all week.
Let's use an analogy here. It is like finding a lottery ticket in your jacket pocket that you bought a year ago and realizing it's a massive winner.
That's a fun way to look at it.
The arrival of the money feels completely fated and magical on the 24th, but the reality is you only have the winning ticket because you took the action to buy it in the past.
Exactly.
You earned this destined moment by staying flexible on the 18th, resting on the 19th, and solving problems on the 22nd.
That is a perfect description. When this fated financial opportunity arrives on the 24th, you have to trust your sharp instincts and seize it. Grab it with both hands.
But because the steady energy of Taurus is heavily involved this week, the charts strongly advise you to save this extra cash wisely. Do not let the sudden wealth make you reckless.
Right. Do not go buy a luxury boat just because you got a bonus. Take the win, put it in the bank, and let it grow.
Exactly. Be smart about it.
Okay, we have covered the physical routine, the amazing career growth, and the fated financial luck. You are probably feeling completely invincible right now if you are listening to this. It's a lot of good news.
But we need to make a sharp pivot.
Right.
As bright as the work sector is, the astro data shows that your romantic life is entirely different.
Yes, completely different energy.
This is the area where you need to be the absolute most careful. It looks like a foggy maze.
The romantic environment this week is highly complex. It actually begins with incredibly beautiful and warm energy, though.
Oh, so it starts out nice.
Yes. On May 21, the sun enters the sign of Gemini. For a Sagittarius, Gemini sits directly across from you in the astrological charts.
Okay, so it's opposite.
Right, and that illuminates your sector of marriage, serious partnerships, and commitment. The sun brings light and vitality, so you will notice bright new people entering your life.
That sounds lovely.
And you'll feel a strong desire to collaborate and connect with others.
And we also have a shift with Venus happening around the same time, right? On May 19, Venus enters Cancer.
Correct. Venus dictates how we love and what we desire. When Venus moves into Cancer, an emotional water sign, it sparks a deep, intense craving for true intimacy.
So you really want to get close to someone.
Exactly. A Sagittarius is normally very independent, but under this sky, you will not want superficial conversations. You will want to close the door, sit down with someone you care about, and share hidden secrets.
You will crave a profoundly emotional connection.
Yes. So, between the 19th and the 21st, your bonds feel very secure, very warm, and full of beautiful harmony.
Then we hit a massive trap on May 22. The charts show Venus making a square to Neptune. Let's analyze this because it seems like the most dangerous moment of the week for love.
It is the most dangerous aspect for relationships, without question. In astrological geometry, a square is a harsh 90-degree angle that creates intense friction, tension, and conflict.
Ouch.
Venus represents your love life, what you value, and who you are attracted to. Neptune is the planet of the vast ocean, but it also rules fog, dreams, illusions, and mirages.
So when these two clash,
When they clash, the Neptune fog rolls directly into your love life. It creates highly confusing illusions and completely unrealistic expectations.
okay, I need to ask you to clarify the mechanics of this fog. If the 19th and the 21st are so warm and deeply connected, how does the environment suddenly turn into a confusing trap on the 22nd?
It's a jarring shift.
When we say illusions, are people actually lying to us, or are we just lying to ourselves?
That is the ultimate danger of Neptune. It is usually a combination of both, but the root cause is that you are lying to yourself.
Wow. How so?
Because the emotional energy of the previous days was so beautiful, you begin to project your own romantic fantasies onto another person. You put on thick, rose-colored glasses.
Ah, I see.
You might look at a partner and only see the absolute best parts of them, completely ignoring massive red flags because you are caught up in the emotional warmth.
Right.
Or someone might make a grand, sweeping promise to you that they have no real ability to keep, but because the fog makes everything look so magical, you believe them without checking the facts.
So I can use a visual analogy. Stepping into your love life on May 22 is like walking into a funhouse mirror maze.
Yes, exactly.
The lights are low, the mirrors make everything look fascinating and huge, but you have no idea what is actually real and what is just a twisted reflection. If you reach out to grab something, you might just smash your hand into the glass.
That analogy perfectly captures the danger of Venus square Neptune. You cannot trust what you see.
So what's the plan then?
Because of this, the takeaway for a Sagittarius must be incredibly strict. You must communicate with total, blunt honesty to try and cut through the fog. Do not play emotional games.
Just be straightforward.
And most importantly, you absolutely must avoid making any huge, life-altering romantic decisions until this planetary aspect passes and the sky clears.
Meaning, do not get engaged, do not sign a lease to move in together, and do not dramatically break up on May come 2.
Oh, major moves.
Just hold completely still in the maze and wait for the lights to turn back on.
Exactly. Gather facts, but do not take action.
Since we just learned how tricky and foggy relationships can be this week, let's consult the astrological charts to see who is actually going to help you and who's going to make the problem worse.
Good idea.
Let's look at your cosmic companions. The data points to a clear winner and a clear trap regarding the people you surround yourself with.
Yes, the elemental forces at play this week make certain connections much easier than others. Your absolute best match, the person you want to hold close right now, is an Aries.
We're talking about fire meeting fire. Let's analyze why an Aries is the ultimate teammate for a Sagittarius this week.
We have to look back at the energy of May 21 when the moon enters Leo. Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius are all fire signs.
Oh, so they're all connected.
When the moon lights up Leo, it brings out a massive wave of shared enthusiasm, courage, and vitality for all the fire signs. You share a natural rhythm.
So you're just on the same wavelength.
Exactly. When you have a big, bold idea, an Aries will not hesitate or ask for a detailed plan. They will gladly jump into any spontaneous adventure you suggest.
I can picture this dynamic so clearly. You are feeling that massive Leo moon energy peaking. You call your Aries friend on Thursday and say, I just found out about a strange art festival 3 hours away. Let's go right now. And the Aries doesn't ask about traffic or hotels. They just say, I'm already in the car. I am picking you up. You two form an unbeatable team full of loud laughter and total courage.
That is the exact vibration. And to add to that, on May 19, Venus makes a positive angle to Mars. This geometry creates a very strong, highly exciting physical connection.
Oh, really?
Yes. If this Aries is a romantic partner, the physical spark between you two will be huge and very satisfying.
And if they're just a friend?
If the Aries is just a friend, it translates to great physical energy like high fives, fast-paced activities, and shared excitement. They deeply respect your big vision for the future, and you love their brave, direct attitude.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Furthermore, the sun entering Gemini makes your conversations with them fast, witty, and highly entertaining.
So keep the Aries close, text them back immediately, and bring them along for the ride.
Yes, definitely.
But who is the worst match? Who is the anchor that is going to drag you down this week?
You must tread very carefully if you are dealing with a Pisces this week. The cosmic weather is full of traps when these two signs mix right now.
Okay, a Pisces trap.
The primary issue connects directly to that dangerous foggy transit on May 22 when Venus squares Neptune. We have to remember that Neptune is the ruling planet of Pisces.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. If Neptune creates the confusing fog and Neptune rules Pisces, then a Pisces person is bringing the fog right to your front door.
Exactly. The energy of Pisces this week is heavily wrapped in illusions and severe emotional letdowns.
That sounds heavy.
It is. As a Sagittarius, your core nature is to be blunt, direct, and completely honest. You shoot your arrow straight at the truth. But under the sky, a Pisces might slip into a pattern of playing the victim.
Oof, that's tough.
Because they are ruled by the foggy energy of Neptune, they might twist your very clear, honest words to make you look like the bad guy in a situation.
That sounds like an incredibly frustrating trap, especially since the charts also show Mercury making a harsh square to the true node on May 19. How does that add to the conflict?
Mercury is communication, and the true node is your future destiny. When they clash in a square, it creates a massive block between the direction you want your life to go and the conversations you are having.
So you just can't get through to them.
Right. There is a huge clash between your desire to move forward into the future and the heavy emotional needs of the Pisces. You want to explore the world with that bright Gemini sun energy looking outward.
And what does the Pisces want?
The Pisces energy wants to pull inward, to stay behind and swim in deep, sad feelings.
Let me offer an analogy to make this physical. A Sagittarius this week is like a brightly colored hot air balloon. Your natural optimism, fueled by that Leo moon, wants to lift off the ground and explore the vast sky.
Okay, I like that.
But a Pisces this week acts like a heavy iron anchor tied to the side of the basket.
Ugh.
They want to stay on the ground and pull you down into their deep ocean of emotional sadness.
Yes, that's exactly it.
If you are tied to them, you simply cannot take off. All your forward momentum is ruined.
That is a very precise picture of how the astro data plays out. Their emotional weight will hold back your natural freedom.
Which is Sagittarius hates.
Exactly. The friction between your fire and their water just creates a blinding steam. You are much better off putting some polite distance between yourself and any heavy Pisces energy until this specific week passes.
Cut the heavy ropes, leave the anchor on the ground, and go fly the hot air balloon with an Aries instead. That is the survival guide.
That's the way to do it.
Okay, to wrap up all these intense forecasts and cosmic shifts, we want to give you a simple, practical toolkit. These are everyday tools you can keep in your pocket to stay aligned with the best energy possible. Let's start with your absolute best dates for the week.
If you need to schedule something important, your best dates to take action are May 19 and May 21.
Let's quickly recall why we selected these.
Sure, May 19 grants you that intense Pluto mental power to solve complex problems at work, while Venus provides a desire for true, secure intimacy at home. Then, May 21 delivers the bright social energy of the Gemini sun paired with the unstoppable, vibrant physical vitality of the Leo moon.
So, circle the 19th and the 21st on your calendar. Make those the days you push forward. Now, let's talk about the numbers that are vibrating with your chart this week.
Yes, the lucky numbers.
Your lucky numbers are 3, 14, 21, 30, 40, and 52. What is the actual use of knowing these numbers? Is it just for buying a lottery ticket?
It is much more practical than that. When we identify lucky numbers from the astrological charts, it is about keeping your eyes open for numerical patterns in your environment.
So they act like signals.
Right. These numbers represent frequencies that align with your personal energy this week.
So it is about tuning your brain to notice opportunities. You can look for these numbers in fun, everyday situations.
You mean example?
Maybe you grab a coffee on the way to work, and the total is exactly $3.14. That tells you your day is aligned. Maybe you have to schedule a vital meeting to negotiate that contract we talked about, and you decide to set it for the 21st at 3 p.m. Or perhaps you're reading through a thick legal document on the 22nd, and you notice that Clause 40 or Section 52 contains a hidden financial benefit that everyone else missed.
Oh, that's a brilliant way to use them.
Just keep these numbers in the back of your mind as you move through your daily routine.
Paying attention to these small details helps you stay present. It keeps your mind sharp and tuned into the subtle environment around you, which is exactly what you need when the planetary energy gets chaotic.
And finally, your color of the week.
Mm.
The specific color that aligns perfectly with the Sagittarius charts right now is purple. Why purple?
Purple is an incredibly important frequency for a Sagittarius to use this week. If you think about how colors are made, purple is created by combining the fierce, active, hot energy of red with the calm, stable, cool energy of blue.
Which perfectly represents the challenge of the week. You have the hot, driving energy of Mars and Taurus, but you need the calm, cool healing of Neptune to keep your balance.
You nailed it.
So how should someone actually use the color purple? I imagine it's a great tool for that confusing fog on the 22nd.
Absolutely. You can use this color to visually ground yourself. Wear a purple shirt or a purple tie on the day you walk into your boss's office to sign that major contract.
Because it projects that balance.
Right. It projects a mixture of bold confidence and serious, calm energy. Or when you're dealing with the confusing romantic illusions on May 22 and you feel your mind spinning in the maze.
You literally find something purple in the room.
Yes. Focus your eyes on it. Let the color pull your mind out of the emotional fog and back into physical reality. It is a clear, royal frequency that cuts right through the Neptune mist.
I think that is brilliant.
Yeah.
Simple, practical magic for your daily life. Wear a purple sweater, stay grounded, and dodge the emotional traps.
It's all about practical tools.
As we look back at all the astro data we analyzed today, a very clear picture emerges. The universe is handing you tremendous mental power and fated luck at work, but asking you to navigate a very tricky, deceptive maze in your personal life.
I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder as you move through these days.
Let's hear it.
We have seen that the charts are offering you absolute mental clarity and brilliant problem-solving skills at work. You are stepping into bold leadership.
Right.
But at the exact same time, the planets are throwing a thick, confusing fog over your romantic life. This raises a highly fascinating question.
Which is?
How can you take the sharp, fearless analytical skills you're using in the office and apply them to communicate with total honesty and cut through the fog in your love life?
Wow. That is a powerful question. How do you take the clear boss energy from the boardroom and use it to turn the lights on in the romantic funhouse maze?
That's the challenge for the week.
It is going to be an incredible week for you, Sagittarius. Thank you for listening to this episode on Horoscope TV.
Yes, thank you all.
Remember, the charts provide the map of the roads ahead, but you are the one sitting in the driver's seat. Make sure you hit subscribe right now so you can get notified the exact moment the next episode is available. Stay focused, stay flexible, and we will see you next time.